Eastern Europe, a land of harsh winters, muddy roads, and endless stretches of farmland. Here, farming wasn't just a job, it was survival. For generations, farmers battled rocky soil, unpredictable weather, and political change. But through all of it, one thing stood strong beside them: their tractors. These weren't fancy high-tech machines like in the West. They were rough, rugged, and built with a single purpose: to work. In a world where luxury meant nothing and reliability meant everything, these tractors became heroes of the soil. So today, we look back at 10 tractors from Eastern Europe that farmers relied on. Machines that didn't just run on diesel, they ran on determination. Number 1. Belarus MTZ-50. When you think of Eastern European farming, one name always comes first: Belarus. Built in the Minsk Tractor Works factory of the Soviet Union, the MTZ-50, introduced in 1961, became the backbone of agriculture across the entire Eastern Bloc. From the frozen fields of Russia to the rolling farmlands of Poland and Ukraine, the MTZ-50 was everywhere. It wasn't flashy, it wasn't fast, but it was unstoppable. Powered by a 4-cylinder 55-horsepower diesel engine, the MTZ-50 was simple, sturdy, and almost impossible to kill. It could operate in extreme cold, climb hills, and pull heavy implements without complaint. What made it truly remarkable was its simplicity. Everything on the tractor could be repaired with basic tools. No special equipment, no complex electronics. Farmers in remote villages learned to fix them by hand, often keeping them running for decades with homemade parts. The MTZ-50 had all-wheel drive options, a reliable gearbox, and a 3-point hitch, making it versatile for plowing, harvesting, and hauling. It wasn't rare to see an MTZ-50 still working after 40 or 50 years. Its orange paint faded, but its heart still strong. For millions, this tractor was more than machinery. It was a symbol of endurance in hard times. It didn't care about politics, borders, or economy. All it cared about was the work ahead. The Belarus MTZ-50 proved one thing: sometimes the simplest machines build the strongest legacies. Number 2. Zetor 25. In post-war Europe, when the land was broken and hope was thin, the people of Czechoslovakia created something extraordinary: the Zetor 25. Built in Brno starting in 1946, this tractor was among the first signs of recovery for an entire nation. Farmers needed a dependable companion to rebuild their fields, and Zetor gave them exactly that. With its 25-horsepower twin-cylinder diesel engine, the Zetor 25 wasn't powerful by modern standards, but it was perfectly suited for small to medium farms. It had a sturdy frame, a robust gearbox, and most importantly, a soul of steel. The Zetor 25 was known for starting even in the bitter cold of winter when other tractors refused to budge. Its fuel efficiency was legendary, and its simple design made it easy to maintain even in the most remote villages. But what really made it special was its global reach. The Zetor 25 wasn't just a local hero, it became an export success. These machines worked the fields of India, Yugoslavia, Egypt, and even parts of South America. Farmers around the world respected it for its honesty. No fancy features, no fragile parts, just dependable, day-in, day-out reliability. By the mid-1950s, over 150,000 units had been produced, and even today, you can still find them lovingly restored or, unbelievably, still in daily use. The Zetor 25 didn't just help feed a nation, it helped feed the world. It represented a time when engineering meant simplicity, and durability was the only luxury that mattered. For the farmers of Czechoslovakia, the Zetor 25 was more than a tractor. It was a companion in the fields, and a quiet promise that life would go on. Number 3. Ursus C-45. In post-war Poland, farms lay in ruins. Machines were scarce, and rebuilding seemed impossible. But in 1947, out of the ashes of war, came a tractor that would define Polish farming for decades, the Ursus C-45. Based on the German Lance Bulldog design, the C-45 was a single-cylinder, two-stroke diesel monster that packed an incredible 45 horsepower. It was heavy, loud, and brutally simple, everything a good Eastern European tractor needed to be. Starting it was a ritual. You didn't just turn a key, you heated the ignition bulb with a blowtorch, then cranked it to life. When that engine finally fired up, it sounded like thunder rolling across the countryside. Farmers trusted the C-45 because it could survive anything: poor fuel, bad weather, years of neglect. Its one-cylinder hot bulb engine could run on almost anything that burned: diesel, kerosene, even vegetable oil. That adaptability made it a savior in the years when fuel was rationed and money was scarce. It could pull heavy plows, tow wagons full of grain, or power threshing machines all day long. And when something broke, which rarely happened, any blacksmith in the village could fix it. The Ursus C-45 became a symbol of post-war resilience. It wasn't elegant, it wasn't modern, but it was indestructible. By the mid-1950s, tens of thousands were roaring through the fields of Poland, helping farmers rebuild their livelihoods and their hope. Even today, the deep chug of a C-45 engine is a sound that makes old Polish farmers smile, because that sound means survival. The Ursus C-45 wasn't just a tractor, it was a warrior. And its legacy still echoes through the Polish countryside like the heartbeat of history itself. Number 4. Fortschritt ZT 300. From behind the Iron Curtain came a machine that even Western farmers respected. The Fortschritt ZT 300, born in East Germany in the late 1960s. This wasn't a small village tractor, it was a mechanical powerhouse designed to work massive collective farms under the socialist system. With a 90-horsepower 6-cylinder diesel engine, the ZT 300 could pull large plows, seeders, and harvesters with ease. But what made it stand out was its rugged engineering. This tractor was designed to survive brutal Eastern European winters and still start up at dawn like clockwork. Its heavy-duty frame, four-wheel drive options, and reliable hydraulic system made it nearly unstoppable in the field. The ZT 300 also featured one of the first power shift transmissions in an Eastern European tractor, giving it an edge in efficiency and performance. It was more advanced than many Western models of its time and far more affordable. For collective farms, that meant one machine could do the work of many. Farmers remember it as loud, rough, but dependable. The ZT 300 wasn't built for comfort, it was built for endurance. It could run 16 hours a day and still ask for more. In the GDR, Fortschritt tractors were symbols of national pride, mechanical proof that East Germany could build machines to rival anyone. Even after German reunification, many ZT 300 continued working well into the 2000s. Some still do. Because when a tractor is built with purpose, it doesn't fade away, it fights time itself. The Fortschritt ZT 300 wasn't just East Germany's best tractor, it was a statement. A declaration that even behind walls, engineering excellence can still roar. Number 5. IMT 533. In the rolling farmlands of Yugoslavia, one name ruled the countryside: IMT. And among all their machines, none became more beloved than the IMT 533. Produced by Industrija Mašina I Traktora (IMT) in Belgrade, the 533 debuted in the early 1960s as a rugged, affordable tractor for small farmers across the Balkans. It was based on the design of the Massey Ferguson 35, built under license, but IMT gave it a Yugoslav heart. Its 2.5-liter, 3-cylinder diesel engine delivered around 45 horsepower, and though it wasn't a powerhouse, it was exactly what local farmers needed: light, efficient, and easy to fix. The IMT 533 became a common sight across Serbia, Bosnia, Croatia, and Macedonia. It could plow small fields, haul loads up steep hills, and even run irrigation pumps. But what truly made it beloved was its reliability. Farmers would say, if the 533 won't start, check the fuel, not the tractor. It ran for decades with minimal maintenance, even on poor quality diesel. And if something did break, every small workshop had parts for it because everyone owned one. It was a tractor that connected people. You could hear it early in the morning, that familiar diesel rumble echoing through the valley. For many families, the MTZ-50 wasn't just a machine, it was part of their life, their story, their survival. And in a region torn by history and change, this little red tractor became a constant, a reminder that no matter what happened, the land still needed to be worked and life had to go on. Even today, you can find thousands of them still working, reliable as ever, carrying the memory of simpler, harder, but prouder times. The MTZ-50, a small tractor with a giant heart. Number 6. Ursus C-50. In the farmlands of Romania, where the Carpathian Mountains meet endless plains, one machine became as common as the sunrise, the Ursus C-50. Built by Uzina Tractorul Brașov UTB, this tractor became the pride of Romanian engineering and a trusted companion for farmers across Eastern Europe and beyond. Introduced in the 1960s, the Ursus C-50 quickly earned its reputation as a no-nonsense, all-purpose workhorse. Powered by a 4-cylinder 65-horsepower diesel engine, it wasn't built for luxury, it was built to last. Romania was still recovering from years of hardship, and every drop of diesel mattered. The Ursus C-50's fuel efficiency, simplicity, and ease of repair made it a hero among small and medium farmers. It could plow, seed, haul, and thresh, all on uneven, rocky terrain where more delicate Western tractors often failed. Its sturdy steel construction and mechanical durability meant it could survive decades of abuse and still keep working like new. The 650 was also exported widely to countries like Greece, Turkey, Pakistan, and Egypt. It became one of Eastern Europe's most successful tractors internationally, proof that Romanian engineering could stand tall among global giants. Its simple gearbox, bipedal hydraulics, and rugged axles made it nearly unbreakable. Farmers would often say, "The Universal doesn't complain, it just does the job." Even today, you'll still find the old 650s in fields, their faded yellow or blue paint carrying scars from decades of loyal service. It was never about prestige, it was about purpose. The Ursus 650 wasn't the fastest or the prettiest, but in the eyes of those who depended on it, it was perfect. It symbolized the hard-working spirit of Eastern Europe, simple, strong, and unstoppable. Number 7. Kirovets K-700. Now we move to the Soviet Union, to the land where tractors weren't just built to work, they were built to dominate. And none embodied that philosophy better than the colossal Kirovets K-700. Born in Leningrad in the 1960s, the K-700 wasn't a tractor, it was a beast, standing taller than most men and wider than a truck. This four-wheel drive monster was designed for the vast collective farms of the USSR, where small tractors simply couldn't keep up. Its 14-liter V8 diesel engine thundered with 215 horsepower, an absurd figure for its time. But the Soviet engineers weren't interested in moderation, they wanted power. And they got it. The K-700 could pull massive plows, work thousands of acres in a single season, and operate in temperatures from -40°C to 40°C. Snow, mud, or endless steppe. Nothing could stop it. The design was brutally simple. Thick steel panels, minimal electronics, and huge tires made it nearly indestructible. Maintenance crews often joked that you could fix a K-700 with a hammer, a wrench, and determination. Its size and power made it an icon of Soviet strength. You could see them crawling across the Ukrainian plains, the Russian tundra, or the Kazakh steppes. Orange giants moving like prehistoric creatures, shaping the earth beneath them. Even after the fall of the USSR, the K-700 remained in service across Eastern Europe, and newer versions like the K-744 continue production today. It wasn't elegant, it wasn't quiet, but when it roared to life, you could feel it in your bones. The Kirovets K-700 was the definition of industrial might, a tractor that turned work into warfare and left the soil trembling in its wake. Number 8. Raba-Steiger 245. Hungary may not have produced tractors on the same scale as the USSR or Poland, but when it did, it made something extraordinary. The Raba-Steiger 245 was proof of that. Born from a partnership between Raba Hungary and Steiger USA in the 1970s, this tractor combined Eastern European toughness with American engineering muscle. It was powered by a 6-cylinder Cummins diesel engine, producing around 245 horsepower, and its four-wheel drive articulation system gave it unmatched traction in deep soil and mud. The Raba-Steiger was built for one thing: large-scale efficiency. In the vast agricultural collectives of Hungary and the Soviet Union, it could replace multiple smaller tractors, pulling massive implements with ease. But what truly made it stand out was its build quality. The Hungarian engineers at Ur gave it a steel frame that could survive decades of heavy work. The gearbox was straightforward yet reliable, and the machine's hydraulic system was strong enough to handle the toughest implements available at the time. It was also one of the first Eastern European tractors to feature a comfortable, fully enclosed cab, with better ergonomics and sound insulation, luxuries that most farmers in the region had never experienced. Though produced in limited numbers, the Raba-Steiger became legendary for its raw power and unmatched reliability. It showed the world that Hungary could build tractors capable of rivaling the best in the West. And even now, decades later, you can still find some Raba-Steigers rumbling across Eastern European farms, their engines growling with the same strength they had half a century ago. For Hungarian farmers, the Raba-Steiger 245 wasn't just a machine, it was national pride on four wheels. Number 9. VTZ T25A. Not every tractor needs to be huge to earn respect. Sometimes, it's the small ones that make the biggest difference. Meet the Vladimir T25A, produced by the Vladimir Tractor Plant VTZ from 1966 onwards. If the Kirovets K-700 was the Soviet giant, the T25A was its humble little brother, a small 25-horsepower tractor that became the backbone of small farms across Russia, Belarus, and Ukraine. It was powered by a 2-cylinder diesel engine, simple enough to repair in the field, yet strong enough to plow, sow, and harvest. Its lightweight design and compact size made it perfect for orchards, vineyards, and narrow rural plots where larger tractors couldn't fit. But what farmers loved most was how reliable it was. The T25A would start in freezing winters when other machines froze solid. It sipped fuel, demanded little maintenance, and could run for decades with basic care. Its two-wheel drive system, mechanical transmission, and sturdy hydraulics made it adaptable for nearly any small-scale agricultural task. For many Soviet and Eastern European families, this wasn't just the farm's machine, it was part of the family. It hauled wood, pulled wagons, and even plowed snow in the winter. Tens of thousands were exported across Europe, Africa, and Asia. And to this day, you can find them working, their engines puffing steady clouds of gray smoke, the sound echoing through sleepy villages just like it did 50 years ago. The VTZ T25A may have been small, but for millions of farmers, it was everything. A friend, a helper, a survivor. Proof that even the smallest machine can leave the biggest mark. Number 10. KhTZ T150. Our final machine comes from the heart of Ukraine, the Kharkiv tractor plant, known as KhTZ, and its most famous creation? The mighty T150. Introduced in the 1970s, the T150 was a versatile, mid-sized crawler and wheeled tractor, designed to handle the heavy soils of Ukraine's vast farmlands. It was available in two main versions, the T150K wheeled and the T150 crawler. Both were powered by 150-horsepower diesel engines that gave them incredible pulling strength and durability. The T150's rugged design allowed it to work in extreme heat, rain, or snow. And like all Eastern European tractors, it was built with one rule in mind: it must never quit. Farmers relied on it for everything, from deep plowing to grain transport. It could operate day and night, week after week, on minimal maintenance. And when repairs were needed, every part was mechanical and easy to reach. No electronics, no nonsense. The T-150K became one of the most recognizable tractors in the USSR and later in independent Ukraine. Its tall stance, wide wheels, and angular body gave it a distinct, powerful look, a true icon of Soviet-era machinery. But beyond its steel and bolts, the T-150 represented something more: resilience. Through decades of political change, economic hardship, and war, these tractors kept working, helping Ukrainian farmers feed millions. Even today, many T-150s are still in service across the fields of Eastern Europe, still doing what they were built to do: endure. The KhTZ T-150 wasn't just a tractor. It was a symbol of a nation's strength and a reminder that no matter how tough the land or how hard the times, hard work always finds a way. So that's it for today. If you like this video, then please hit the like and subscribe button for more videos. Thanks for watching.